What's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video today here on CodeNamePizza, and welcome to this video where we are going to be discussing the top 5 things that makes Treyarch better than IW. Now this doesn't actually mean they are better in any way, it just basically means I'm going to read 5 things out that in my opinion makes Treyarch better. It's as simple as that, it's all my opinion, hopefully you guys agree with me, but there was some things that we discussed last week that IW did better, such as Mule Kick. We get the little Mule Kick emblem showing which is our third weapon. I think that's better. But let's roll on with today's episode where we are going to be discussing Treyarch. Now, once again, inside of this episode, I want you guys to leave inside of the comment section right now what you guys think. Is it Treyarch or is it IW? Which one do you guys think is better? Just put Treyarch or put IW. And without further ado, let's aim for 5,115 likes and let's jump straight into this video on the top 5 things that makes Treyarch zombies better than IW. Number 5. So coming in at number 5 is a very simple one on the list for me, which easily makes Treyarch better, which is buildables. Ever since Black Ops 2, even Black Ops 1 if we include the trap on 5, we've been getting buildables, and especially in Black Ops 3, we had some really interesting buildables, and then you look over at IW, and it's a massive part of the game that they just ignored and didn't include at all. Like legit, there's no buildables inside of IW, which sucks. But if we look at Black Ops 3, we have some incredible buildables. We've got the normal shield. Now the shield's epic, right? The rocket shield that we got on the Eisendrache and also Shadows of Evil, really good. But then we even progressed on how awesome that was and went for the dragon shield. Look at Gorod Krovi. Look at Revelations. The dragon shield was so epic, and that's why it's one of my favorite buildables. We get stuff like the Apothecary Servant on Shadows of Evil. Even though on Revelations it's inside of the mystery box, on Shadows of Evil we had to build that thing. The same thing with the Ragnaroks under Eisendrache. Another thing that we kind of need for that Easter egg, we definitely have it as a buildable. It's really cool that they included stuff like that inside of the game, and buildables definitely should have been brought over to IW, but they never include them in the game. So that's one reason right there that makes Treyarch better than IW Zombies. But let's go and have a look what is at number 4 right now. Number 4. So number 4 is probably the biggest topic that I could possibly pick as a number on this countdown list, and that is storyline. If we look at IW, yes, they had a decent storyline. The foundation work was there, it progressed very well, we learned about characters, it was overall pretty darn good. But then you look at Treyarch, and we have this absolutely massive storyline that's been going on for so long, and then we get the whole timeline put out on one poster, and then it tells us it's page 1 of like 60 billion. It's incredible. Like, we literally will never have an end to zombies, and some people dislike this. Actually, I really love it. I like the fact we are going to have Treyarch zombies pretty much for as long as we can think right now. But some people don't like this. People want an ending, a closing to storylines, even though Treyarch leave us on those cliffhangers. I personally love the storyline, the backstory. They get you emotionally involved inside of these characters. And the one thing that IW didn't do for me this year is the fact that that emotional connection to the characters weren't there. I never felt upset when any of the characters told their backlog, their diary, anything to do with them. I never got upset. But then we look at Treyarch, and with Black Ops 3, when I first saw the Eisendrache end cutscene, I legitimately teared up. I got upset that Dempsey had to die inside of that cutscene, and that is why I had to include storyline on this list. Getting me emotionally attached to these characters is what I want, and hopefully we're going to get something similar to this in World War II Zombies as well this year, and hopefully in Black Ops 4 or whatever Treyarch are doing in the future, they're going to follow the same pattern and give us something very similar to what we got inside of Black Ops 3. But that is what was at number 4. We had storyline. Let's go and check out what is at number 3. Number 3. So number 3 is another very simple one for me, and that is weapons. Black Ops 3, I literally can't name a bad weapon. If we look at Black Ops 2, yes, we had the SMR, and that was a meme weapon. Very bad, it never got patched, and yeah, it became a meme. If we look at IW, every single weapon inside of that mystery wheel, except for maybe a few LMGs, feel like they are the exact same thing. There's no assault rifle, no SMG, no nothing that stands out. A couple of the LMGs like the Mauler and the Titan, they do it for me. I actually really like them, but they're not as good as any weapon from the box inside of Black Ops 3. Now, one thing that I do want to point out with Black Ops 3 is that Double Tap 2.0 does make pretty much every irrelevant weapon very good. And another good thing about the Black Ops 3 weapons is the fact that no matter what you hit on that box, you're going to have something that's going to sustain you for at least a little bit inside of that round. Even if I was on like round 25 and I went to hit the box and got the Locust, I could probably still use that sniper rifle for a little bit on that round until I was able to go and get another weapon. Every single weapon inside of that box on Black Ops 3 is useful, except for maybe the Shiva, but even that, if you get headshots and already have it pack-a-punch so you've got dead wire on there, you are still sound for at least 30 rounds. You're going to be absolutely okay, but every single thing inside of that mystery box and IW feels exactly the same. And another thing is the wonder weapons. Look at Black Ops 3's wonder weapons. We got the Apothecon Servant, we got the bows on Der Eisendrache, we got the Mesamune, yeah, it's not that great on Zetsubo, but it's still okay. We got the Raven Mark 3s on Gorod Krovi, and then they brought back the Thunder Gun for Revelations. All absolutely amazing weapons that we absolutely love, and then you look at stuff on IW. Yes, the Spaceland Zappers were really, really cool. They started off with a high with that map. I loved it. The Zappers were amazing. We then go and make our way over to Raven the Redwoods, and it's pretty much a cut-and copy of Der Eisendrache. And they're both DLC 1 as well. They could have been a little bit more original. Some of the bows were definitely original, but 2 of them sucked, 2 of them were okay. We go and move on to Shaolin Shuffle. We had the Katana, and we had the Nunchucks. Melee weapons don't do it for me. They looked cool visually, but they really weren't anything too impressive. We then move on to Attack of the Radioactive Thing. The Mad Weapon was absolutely awful, terrible, get it out of here. And then we go and move on to the Beast from Beyond. And yeah, the Entangler is just trash. So there we go. BO3 all day, every day Treyarch with the wonder weapons and the mystery box. You guys absolutely killing it. So that is what is at number 3, weapons. Let's go and see what is at number 2. Number 2. So coming in at number 2 is something that's very, very close to my heart, and that is Easter eggs. Now, there's one Easter egg on IW Zombies that stands out from the rest, and the reason why this stands out is because it mimics a Black Ops 3 Easter egg, and that is my favorite Easter egg, and it's a lot of people's favorite Easter egg. I want to see you guys comment it inside the comment section right now. Pause the video, put it inside the comment section what you think that map is, and I'm going to be telling you guys what it is in 3, 2, 1. Shaolin Shuffle. Shaolin Shuffle mimics what a Black Ops 3 Easter egg is, and that is the Easter eggs that we all enjoy. Something that's super, super hidden, something that you've got to use a bit of brain power to try and work out, but overall, it's a very, very fun experience. IW was a very, very strange experience when it came to Easter eggs. We got zombies in Spaceland, and it was a very, very simple one. We've got to build a Seticon, we've got to place it down in 3 places, we get to the boss fight. Super, super simple, nothing really to it. And then it was a complete cut and paste pretty much all the way over to Raven the Redwoods. Shaolin Shuffle came, and it was epic. It was like a Black Ops 3 Easter egg, and I was like, there's so much hope for this game mode. The next 2 DLCs are going to be sick. And then we got Attack of the Radioactive Thing, where we just had to build a guy and then do a boss fight, and then we got to the Beast from Beyond, which was doing a couple of steps, and then you get to the boss fight. Beast from Beyond is barely even a map. They clearly focused on the super Easter egg, which is great, but that is also just a boss fight. Easter eggs need to be there, and Treyarch knock it out the park every single time. The only Easter egg that I can claim that I didn't enjoy that much on Black Ops 3 was Zetsubo no Shima, and that's because it's a little bit too short for my liking. The rest of them are really, really good, and they make you use your brain power, have skill of playing zombies, and also they make sure that you enjoy yourself while you're doing them as well. So Easter eggs are a main thing inside of this, which makes Treyarch better than IW. But let's go and see what is at number 1 on this list right now. Number 1. So on this list at number 1 right now, it's definitely not the biggest thing that should have been at number 1, but it's definitely something that stands out for me and overall gives kind of my feeling about IW and Treyarch in general. And that is the Bowie Knife. Now, I know that sounds weird for me to say right now, but let me just describe what I'm talking about. Black Ops 3 or Treyarch, we have a Bowie Knife. We go up, we can buy it off the wall. It's a really, really good thing to keep you going until like round 13. And it'll be a one-hit kill, and you get a lot of points for that. Sounds good, right? Well, yeah, it's amazing. But then we go over to IW, and they give you the exact same thing, but it has to take up a perk slot, and it's not a weapon. It makes no sense. Slappy Taffy shouldn't have been there. It should have been a weapon on the wall that did the exact same thing. You should have just bought it. It takes up your knife slot. And this basically represents Treyarch versus IW for me in general. They try and take ideas from Treyarch, but then try and twist them to be their own, but sometimes it backfires and they end up getting something completely weird out of that should never have been there, because something that's not broken doesn't need to be fixed. And that's basically what IW needed to learn of Treyarch. But bear in mind that IW's experience in zombies this year was the first ever time they've ever took on this community to do zombies. And hopefully, if we get lucky on this one, next time IW do make zombies, they're going to have an even sicker experience for us. It's a really, really good first year try for them to make zombies, and I really enjoyed it. But there's definitely these things that I pointed out in these past couple of videos that they could have made better, and hopefully they will do this. But in my opinion, Treyarch is the better game, and I hope you guys do see what I'm trying to make sense of in these videos. But let me see it once again. If you guys haven't done already, let me see it inside the comment section. Either put Treyarch or put IW. If you guys haven't done already, leave a like on this video. We will aim for 5,115 likes. And if you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and become the latest member of the Pizza Club. And I will see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. Thank you so much for watching, dudes, and peace out.